Hello, everyone. It's Serenity, Infinite Light. So, what I wanted to basically discuss today is I have just been observing, like I always do. That's been me yeah, since my creation. I'm an observer, and so many people have opinions as to what is right and what is wrong. So, what I'm going to do today basically is make you think. Think on a higher level, not just on the surface and what you can see right now in the physical. Okay. So I had mentioned basically the golden rule. I also mentioned that there is justice that will be served. So, what do you do when age after age after age you continually forgive out of love, and these same energies refuse to change no matter what lessons you try to place before them? They refuse to change and start to operate in divine love. What would you do? I'm serious because remember, you were made in Source's image. So, in effect, you are God's. What would you do? What would you do when you have watched needless violence, slaughterings take place over billions of years? Because most ones alive today, and even who are reincarnated, have maybe 2 to 3 million years of consciousness. There was life before that as well, that most beings who are here now are not aware of. Now, what would you do when time and time and time again you have tried your best to deal in a loving way with evil? Okay, so this is not just about Watchtower. This is about religions, governments, industries, corporations. It is on a global scale who literally refuse to do what's right. They just continue to do the same thing to exploit people, hurt them, and do so knowingly. It's not like they don't know, they're fully aware of what they're doing. It was even said by one of Watchtower's representatives when they're facing heat that they will never change their views or their beliefs, especially when it comes to shunning. Okay, then, you don't want to change. Like I mentioned in my last video, do not be upset by the consequences of your actions. So many religions like to use scriptures to prove why it's okay to be unloving. I'm going to use scriptures as well, but they're just going to be ones where it's common sense. It has nothing to do with religion. Okay, so first, Proverbs 21:7. And yes, I'm going to use this Bible because, well, I'm going to use another as well. But all right, 21:7. The violence of the wicked will sweep them away, for they refuse to act with justice. What did I just say? Ones who refuse, who say, we will never change. What do? Another scripture, Proverbs 21:12. And this one I am going to read from this Bible as well as the New King James Version because the New World Translation watered this scripture down. But it's 21:12, Proverbs 21:12. It says, "The righteous one observes the house of the wicked one. He overthrows the wicked to their ruin." Now I'm going to read it out of the New King James Version. So you get the full, not the watered down version that, Watchtower retranslated in this. So there it says, okay, this is the one with the really small writing. "The righteous God wisely considers the house of the wicked, overthrowing the wicked for their wickedness." Mind you, this righteous God wisely considers. Source does not act at the spur of the moment, but makes decisions based on observing the actions of certain individuals and also getting reports from trusted ones as to the goings on in different realms, different planets. You get the idea. So this isn't something that is spur of the moment. And when something is so important and so really, it will change many things, that is an assignment that you are not going to just place into one of the lords or the Baal's responsibility to carry out, but you will be present physically and consciously in order to basically hand out divine judgment. Yeah, divine judgment and justice. All right, Proverbs 22:3. "The shrewd one sees the danger and conceals himself, but the inexperienced keep right on going and suffer the consequences." I'll read it in this one as well, where it says, "A prudent man foresees evil and hides himself, but the simple pass on and are punished." Now, this actually says that an inexperienced one. Now, imagine ones that are experienced and know better. They know better, but they keep on doing the same thing. And even worse, what do you do? I'm asking you to think at a higher level. What do you do? Okay, one more. Proverbs 22:8, where it is another scripture where it basically says you're going to reap what you sow. Don't put out what you're not willing to get back in return, or what goes around comes around. That says, "Whoever sows unrighteousness will reap disaster, and the rod of his fury will come to its end." So, Watchtower, religions, all these ones who have done so much damage to so many people's lives, don't act innocent. Don't say it's the devil that's attacking you. It's your own energy that you have put out coming back to you. And this is why, for all of you who have something to say about ones who actually said that they don't necessarily condone violence, but this, the shootings and all these things that are starting to happen are a consequence of evil. They put out evil, it's coming back around. Everything comes back around. So, Watchtower, Christendom, The Matrix, this is your warning. This is your judgment message. It's time to face what you've been putting out into the universe. The thing is, Source is love, Source is grace, undeserved kindness, and has been using that love and light energy to protect the good and the bad, hoping, hoping that these ones would change. And some have. And that's amazing. But those of you who just consistently will not change and decide to choose evil over love, hate over love, there's no place for you. There isn't. And that is love for the ones who are trying to do the right thing and live by that divine standard of love. So if you think that's not fair, what would you do? Now, I'm going to say one last thing because hopefully you will understand also why this needs to stop. And the time is now for what has been put out for it to come back to the very ones who have been doing these things. So, as you know, basically most of my family, I don't exist to. I am dead to them. So much so that there was an incident where I drove 8 hours to take my children to visit my brother, who is a witness, and his wife and their children. Now, my brother's children range in age from 14 years old to three, 3 years old. Mind you, I took my kids there to visit their cousins because just because they don't speak to me doesn't mean I'm going to withhold my children from associating with them. So I pulled up. I'm taking my children's luggage out of the back of my vehicle. My brother opens the door to his house, stands at the house, lets the children run out. They greeted their cousins. Mind you, I'm standing about 8 feet away, unloading the bags. These children, who are the future, okay, did not even look at me. It was like I was a ghost. I was truly dead to them. I'm the same aunt that when they were born, I was either there or I was there a few days after to welcome them into this world. And I was there after that every month or two just to visit, just to take them out. I was the one who was trusted when my brother and sister in law wanted a date night, wanted to go away for their anniversaries. I was the aunt that would travel to their state and do whatever they needed. But in that moment, I no longer existed. I was not worthy enough even to be looked at. Now, this is what is being raised in this world on a worldwide scale. Evil raising evil. So, when does it stop? Once again, I ask you, what would you do? Because ones are so quick to judge others, but they don't know the whole story. I know the whole story, not just in this lifetime, but for many lifetimes. And yes, love is going to prevail, but forgiveness and love does not stop divine justice. All right. That's it for today, everyone. I have to go. But peace be with you. And I truly do love you. That's why I am here, as well as a whole army of light workers to help. Yes, light workers. Your job is to assist the ascension of humanity so they can get back to divine love and truly know what it is. Okay. Bye bye.